This video is brought to you by...
Man, y'all already know what it is. Cool green clothing. We done gone worldwide, and we coming straight out of Baltimore. We at the end of the year again, and if you ain't get a chance to support the brand yet this year, this the best time right now. We start our Black Friday deals, and our deals starting right now in November, going all the way into December. Go online right now at coolgreenclothing.com and make your purchase. Oh yeah, and by the way, if you ain't cool and getting the green, you're in the way, and that's just basic.
What's going on, YouTube fam? It's your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of the Baltimore Way, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. It's free. It helps get the video out there. Definitely watch this video to the end so you can hear the full story and all the details in the case. For my day one fam, y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Oh yeah, feel free to share the channel with your peoples. Everybody is welcome. With that being said, let's get right into the story. For a lot of adults, after a long week of work, dealing with the kids, every now and again, you just want to kick back and have a good time. Some are okay with putting the kids to sleep, relaxing at home, probably just have a few drinks, but others might want to hit the city, have a night out on the town, at their favorite bar or club, because they might prefer to be a lot more sociable. For those who like to be outside, it's the energy. Seeing everyone have a good time, putting their best outfits on. You never know who you will meet and brush shoulders with. Best case scenario, you have the best night of your life and make it home safely. But we all know that's not hardly ever the case. Rather too crowded, drinks and food too high, somebody geeking, looking for trouble. Most of the time, people go out and feel like they spent too much money and think to themselves, I could have just did everything I just did at the crib for less with less stress. But the main thing is, you still made it home. Unfortunately, sometimes when around a crowd of people, it can be a few of y'all that just came out to have fun. But you never know what others are on. And a run in with the wrong person can go left real fast. And on this episode of the Baltimore Way, we will be discussing the case of a fun night out on a town that came to a fatal end. Back in 2020, 31-year-old Andre Giles was navigating life in Baltimore. A big guy who came from a big family. He was into music, rapping, and writing with big dreams. But his main focus was making a way for his baby girl, as he was a proud father and shared the child with the love of his life, who he had been with since 2012. Andre mostly rotated with a few close friends or spent time with his girl and his daughter at home. But on January 27th, 2020, he decided he would go out with his homies for a night on the town. Besides, just a few days earlier, on January 22nd, he turned 31. So that was something to celebrate. The location was the Block, an infamous stretch of clubs and bars in Baltimore, where a lot of people go and hang out. Once down there, the vibe seemed cool. Andre and his peoples were enjoying themselves and turning up. Also down there at the time was another man, 34-year-old Trayvon George. It's not clear if the men had ever met or knew each other prior. But late into the night, going into the next morning, somewhere in the mix, Trayvon and Andre would get into a back and forth dispute. For Andre, he felt it wasn't about nothing. And him and his peoples bopped off and went outside. They was getting ready to leave. As they were outside in the 400 block of East Baltimore Street, Trayvon walked up to Andre and started the argument back up. After a few seconds, he upped the gun. As everyone told him it wasn't that serious, Andre put his hands up in the air and stated, "Yo, chill, you got it," before 6 shots went off. Trayvon ran to a nearby parking garage, not knowing city cameras had caught everything, and a camera operator was tracking his every move, as reports came in of shots fired. Video caught him running out the garage out on Gay Street and tossing a gun. But anybody that's ever been to the block or know anything about it, know police are everywhere. And after a brief escape, Trayvon was caught running up the street, and the gun was also recovered, a Glock 17. Back on the shooting scene, Andre was rushed to a local hospital in critical condition, and Trayvon at first was charged with attempted hit. While in custody, a few weeks later, BPD received a call. Unfortunately, after doctors tried everything, it wasn't nothing else they could do for Andre. His wounds were too severe, and he would pass away from his injuries. With that, Trayvon's charges were upgraded from attempt to first-degree hit. As the case made its way to court, it wasn't much his lawyer could do. Caught on camera, and the gun he used was also found. So they negotiated with prosecutors for a plea deal. The first deal was a life sentence, all suspended, but 60 years, and 5 years probation upon release, in which he rejected. Another one came down the pipeline. This time, they offered for him to cop out to all charges in exchange for a life sentence, all suspended, but 40 years and the same 5 years of probation upon release. This time, wanting to get the case out the way, Trayvon and his lawyer accepted. Rest in peace to Andre. I send my prayers and condolences to his family, especially his daughter, who was his only child and lost her father. It was never stated what the dispute between the two men was all about, but Andre and his peoples left out. They were trying to go home. At that point, Trayvon had a choice to make. He could bop the other way and take it in for the night, or go and confront the situation again, in which he did. Witnesses stated, and cameras also caught, Andre putting his hands up when he upped the gun. That was another chance to say, yo, don't want no trouble. I'm gonna give him a pass. But them few seconds and that split-second decision cost him 40 years. Sometimes we gotta put that pride to the side. Take a few seconds and think about the situation and the outcome. And a lot of times, I'm sure after about 10 minutes, you probably think to yourself, it's not even worth it. But I'm gonna leave this one open for discussion. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts on the situation. Leave it in the comments. Yeah, man, crazy story. It's crazy how a few minutes can take so much for everybody involved. One person lost their life, another person 40 years. But I ain't gonna talk too much more about this one. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. Be sure to tap that like button if you're feeling the content. Y'all already know it's all love, fam. This is another episode of the Baltimore Way. It's your boy Tony 2 times. I'm out.